Are painful leg cramps keeping you up at night? Ever wondered why they strike without warning? Could it be something you're eating? Seniors, this could change everything. What if your daily meals are secretly triggering those unbearable leg pains? Today, we're revealing the top 6 foods that may be causing your leg cramps. You must avoid these to protect your mobility, comfort, and independence. Stay with us to the end. We'll also share a quick view of what you should eat instead. For full understanding and lasting relief, let's stop the pain, starting today. 1. Processed meats. Let's talk about one of the most underestimated triggers of leg cramps in seniors, processed meats. We're talking about those deli slices, sausages, hot dogs, bacon strips, and even that low-fat turkey sandwich you might think is healthy. Sounds familiar? At first glance, these foods look harmless, even tasty and convenient. But underneath the surface, they're often packed with preservatives, sodium nitrates, and chemical additives that could be silently wreaking havoc on your muscles, especially your legs. One of the biggest issues with processed meats is their extremely high sodium content. A single serving of salami can contain over 500 to 700 milligrams of sodium, and that's just 2 small slices. Now, the recommended sodium intake for older adults is no more than 1,500 milligrams per day, according to the American Heart Association. Just think, one sandwich could blow through nearly half that limit. And what does excess sodium do? It pulls water out of your cells, leading to dehydration, which is one of the primary causes of leg cramps in seniors. Your muscles need proper hydration to contract and relax smoothly, but when there's not enough fluid, your nerves misfire, and suddenly, you're jolted awake in the middle of the night with a sharp, stabbing pain in your calf or thigh. Sound familiar? Now let's go a bit deeper. Processed meats are also low in potassium and magnesium, 2 critical electrolytes that play a central role in muscle function. When you eat a diet high in processed meats and low in whole, mineral-rich foods, you create an imbalance. Your muscles become more likely to contract involuntarily and painfully. According to recent studies, nearly 48% of older adults don't get enough magnesium from their diet, and this worsens when meals are dominated by high sodium, low-nutrient foods like cold cuts. But that's not all. Processed meats also contain something called sodium nitrate, a preservative used to extend shelf life and enhance flavor. This compound, while approved for consumption, has been shown in studies to interfere with blood flow by damaging the lining of your blood vessels. And good circulation is key for muscle recovery, oxygen delivery, and cramp prevention. Think of it like this: if your blood can't carry enough oxygen to your leg muscles, and your nerves are overfiring due to mineral imbalances, your legs are set up for cramps, especially at night, when circulation naturally slows down. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but I've been eating deli meats for years. How can I just stop? The truth is, you don't have to quit everything overnight. Start by replacing processed meats with lean, whole protein sources like grilled chicken, turkey breast, unprocessed, wild-caught salmon, or even plant-based proteins like lentils and beans. These foods are not only low in sodium, but they also support better hydration and electrolyte balance, your best defense against leg cramps. Got a question about what counts as processed meat? Drop it in the comments. We'd love to help you make smarter choices. If this information helped you, or if you've ever struggled with painful nighttime leg cramps, go ahead and like this video and subscribe. We're here to keep your legs moving, cramp-free, and strong. Next up, salty snacks. How even a handful can wreck your muscles. 2. Salty snacks. Let's move on to something that's hiding in almost everyone's kitchen cabinet: salty snacks. Yes, those crunchy chips, salted crackers, pretzels, popcorn, trail mixes, and even some healthy roasted nuts. They may be small, but these little bites pack a big punch when it comes to leg cramps in seniors. Why are salty snacks such a problem? It all comes down to electrolyte imbalance and chronic dehydration. When you eat something salty, your body starts to retain water in the bloodstream to try and balance sodium levels. But here's the twist: this response can actually pull water away from your muscle cells, causing them to become stiff, tight, and more prone to spasms. And yes, that means cramps, those sudden, shooting pains in your legs, calves, or feet that feel like your muscles are twisting from the inside out. Did you know that the average small bag of chips contains over 250 to 400 milligrams of sodium? And that's just one serving? But most people eat the whole bag, often consuming over 800 milligrams of sodium in a single sitting. That's more than 50% of a senior's daily sodium limit, gone in just a snack. And salty snacks usually don't contain potassium, which is the counterbalance mineral your body needs to handle sodium properly. Potassium helps relax your muscles, maintain normal nerve function, and support smooth contraction and recovery of your legs after movement. So when you eat high sodium, low potassium snacks, you're creating the perfect storm for cramping. But it gets deeper. Many salty snacks also contain trans fats or refined vegetable oils, which promote inflammation in your body, and inflammation restricts blood flow to your muscles, increasing your risk of tension and fatigue, leading to more frequent and longer-lasting cramps. According to studies, seniors with higher inflammation markers report 28% more muscle cramps than those with low inflammatory diets. Now here's something else you may not expect. Salty snacks can also spike your blood sugar, especially if they're made from refined starches like corn or white flour. This blood sugar spike causes your kidneys to excrete even more fluids and essential electrolytes like magnesium, worsening the muscle pain cycle. So what's the solution? Replace salty snacks with hydrating, mineral-rich options like sliced cucumbers with hummus, unsalted pumpkin seeds, a great source of magnesium, or even a banana paired with a handful of raw almonds. These not only taste great but also help replenish what your body really needs to fight off leg cramps. And don't forget your water. Seniors often feel less thirsty with age, but staying hydrated is vital. Aim for at least 6 to 8 cups of water daily, especially if you've had salty foods. Have you ever noticed cramps after snack time or during the night? Share your experience in the comments. Your story could help someone else. And if this content is making a difference in how you think about your health, like this video. Don't forget to subscribe, where we simplify senior wellness, one smart step at a time. Next up, sugary drinks, the sweetest cause of crippling cramps. You won't believe number 3. 3. Sugary drinks. Let's face it, there's something incredibly tempting about a cold glass of soda, sweet iced tea, or even a so-called natural fruit juice. It's comforting, it feels satisfying, and for many seniors, it becomes a daily habit. But did you know these sugary drinks could be one of the main reasons your legs cramp up at night? We're not just talking about added calories or weight gain. Sugary drinks, especially in older adults, are a direct contributor to painful leg cramps, and here's why. When you consume a sugary beverage, your blood sugar level rises rapidly. In response, your body releases insulin, a hormone that helps absorb that sugar into your cells. But insulin doesn't just move sugar, it also affects electrolyte balance by lowering your levels of magnesium, potassium, and calcium. These 3 minerals are the powerhouse trio behind healthy muscle function. Magnesium helps your muscles relax, potassium balances fluids and nerve signals, and calcium triggers muscle contractions. A drop in any one of these can cause cramps. A drop in all 3? That's a recipe for suffering, and sugary drinks are one of the biggest causes of this triple mineral imbalance. Just 1 12 ounces, 355 milliliters, soda has 39 grams of sugar. That's nearly 10 teaspoons in a single can. The American Heart Association recommends no more than 25 grams per day for seniors. That one drink has already exceeded your daily safe limit. Now add in sweet teas, vitamin water, or that tall glass of fruit punch, and the sugar stacks up fast. And don't forget, those sugar-free sodas often contain artificial sweeteners, which can still negatively affect magnesium absorption and gut health. Here's the deeper concern. As we age, our kidneys become less efficient at filtering and regulating minerals. That means the temporary electrolyte drop caused by sugary drinks takes longer to recover from. Seniors are also more likely to be on medications like diuretics or blood pressure pills, which further deplete minerals. That combination, sugar, age, and medication, makes your body incredibly vulnerable to dehydration and muscle dysfunction. The result? Leg cramps that feel like knives slicing through your calves or toes in the middle of the night. A study in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that older adults who drank 1 or more sugary drinks daily were 31% more likely to experience nocturnal leg cramps. Another study linked excess sugar intake with a 39% increase in the risk of electrolyte imbalance in those over age 60. These numbers are not small. They represent millions of seniors suffering from something that could be completely preventable. You may be thinking, but I only drink soda once in a while. Could that really be the reason for my cramps? Yes, it could. Some people are more sensitive to changes in magnesium and potassium levels, especially if you already struggle with hydration or a poor diet. One sweet drink could be the last drop that tips the balance. If you've ever wondered about your habits, drop your question in the comments. We reply to everyone, because you deserve clarity about your body. Let's fix it. Try unsweetened coconut water, a natural source of potassium. Infuse your water with mint, cucumber, or lemon slices to make it refreshing without sugar. Magnesium-rich herbal teas like chamomile or ginger can hydrate and heal. Keep a log. Track what you drink and when your cramps happen. You may notice a clear pattern, and that's the first step to fixing it. If this point helped you understand something new about your body, hit that like button and subscribe, where health meets heart. Coming up next, dairy products. Could your morning milk be secretly hurting your legs? 4. Dairy products. Milk, cheese, yogurt, even ice cream. For decades, we've been told dairy is essential for strong bones, healthy teeth, and aging gracefully. But here's a powerful truth most seniors are never told. Too much dairy, especially when not balanced with other minerals, can actually lead to severe leg cramps. Surprised? You're not alone. Let's talk about balance. Calcium, found in dairy, plays a central role in muscle contraction. But there's another mineral, magnesium, that does the opposite. It helps muscles relax. When there's too much calcium and not enough magnesium, muscles tighten and don't let go. This is how leg cramps happen. Most dairy products contain very little magnesium, so when you eat cheese with every meal or drink a few glasses of milk a day, you push calcium levels up, throwing your body's mineral balance off. And the result? Muscles that stay stuck, cramping painfully, especially at night when the body is trying to rest. Doctors recommend a 2-to-1 ratio of calcium to magnesium, but most diets heavy in dairy shift that ratio to 5-to-1 or worse. Without magnesium to counterbalance calcium, your nervous system gets overexcited, and cramps become more frequent. You may be thinking, but I need calcium for strong bones. Absolutely, but it has to be part of a balanced nutrient mix, especially as you age. As we get older, the body produces less lactase, the enzyme needed to digest lactose in dairy. That's why over 65% of people worldwide experience lactose intolerance, and the numbers are even higher in those over 60. What happens if you keep consuming dairy you can't digest? Bloating, gas, inflammation in the gut, poor nutrient absorption, and all of this leads to mineral loss, especially magnesium and potassium, making your leg cramps even worse. A study in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors with high dairy intake but low magnesium had a 52% higher chance of experiencing nocturnal cramps. Other studies have shown that high calcium without adequate magnesium increases the risk of muscle stiffness and nerve pain. You might think you're helping your body with that glass of milk, but if you're not getting enough magnesium, you could be making things worse. You don't have to eliminate dairy completely, but you do need to balance it. Switch to fortified almond milk or oat milk, which are lactose-free and often include added magnesium and vitamin D. Add magnesium-rich foods like pumpkin seeds, dark leafy greens, avocados, or beans to your meals. If you love cheese, choose smaller portions and add a side of spinach or nuts to keep your minerals in check. Consider probiotic dairy like kefir or Greek yogurt, which are easier on digestion and contain beneficial bacteria. Have you ever wondered, why am I still cramping even though I eat dairy every day for calcium? Now you know, it's not just about what you eat, but how it's balanced. Next, alcohol, the hydration killer you never saw coming. 5. Alcoholic beverages. Many seniors enjoy the occasional glass of wine or beer, perhaps as part of tradition, social comfort, or a way to unwind. But beyond hydration and electrolytes, alcohol also plays a more sinister role at the cellular level, one that directly undermines muscle coordination and nerve signaling. Here's what most people don't realize. Alcohol affects the central nervous system, CNS, by suppressing the gamma-aminobutyric acid, GABA, neurotransmitter and stimulating glutamate receptors, which can cause overexcitement in peripheral nerves, increasing the likelihood of uncontrolled muscle contractions, aka cramps. This overexcitation means that even without major nutrient loss, alcohol can literally scramble the body's messaging system for muscle control. Furthermore, alcohol is hepatotoxic, meaning it can damage the liver over time. Why is that important? The liver is essential for activating and storing several nutrients tied to muscle function: vitamin D, vitamin B12, folate, and zinc. For example, B12 deficiency, which can be worsened by alcohol, is associated with neuromuscular disorders, nerve tingling, and spasticity. That Charlie horse feeling? It could trace back to a sluggish liver impaired by alcohol. And here's a fascinating twist. In seniors, alcohol has a longer half-life, meaning it stays in the bloodstream longer than in younger people. This prolongs exposure and increases the risk of nocturnal leg cramps. Some research suggests that due to reduced metabolic efficiency, even moderate drinking may equate to heavy drinking in the body of someone over 65. Moreover, alcohol contributes to vasodilation, widening of blood vessels, initially, followed by vasoconstriction, narrowing, which impacts blood flow to extremities like the legs. Inconsistent blood supply can cause a drop in oxygen delivery, leading to ischemic cramps, those caused by insufficient oxygen reaching muscle fibers during rest or sleep. And it's not just about heavy drinking. Even low doses, as little as 1.5 ounces of spirits or a single glass of wine daily, can alter the body's water balance, impacting older adults more severely because their total body water percentage drops with age, from 60% in youth to 50% or lower in seniors. Less water equals less resilience. According to a study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, older adults who consumed alcohol 5 or more times a week had a 22% higher risk of experiencing chronic muscle cramps than non-drinkers, even when calorie and nutrient intake was balanced. Ever felt like your legs suddenly seize up a few hours after a drink, even when you're lying comfortably? Share your story below in the comments. It might help someone connect the dots in their own life. And hey, if this explanation surprised you or gave you insight into your health, give this video a like and subscribe. We're building awareness that empowers real change. Now, let's shift from drinks to dishes, because the next culprit is hiding in nearly every meal. Let's break down refined carbs. 6. Refined carbs. Refined carbohydrates are more than just white bread and pasta. They represent an entire category of food that has undergone intense processing, often removing up to 80% of their natural nutrient content, including magnesium, B vitamins, and fiber. These missing components are not optional, they're vital for neuromuscular function, particularly in aging bodies. What makes refined carbs so dangerous for seniors is how quickly and quietly they disrupt internal balance. They spike blood glucose in minutes, triggering an insulin cascade that, while managing sugar, simultaneously depletes magnesium and chromium, both key for muscle relaxation and nerve conduction. Did you know that magnesium is used in over 300 enzyme reactions, including those involved in ATP, energy, production within muscle cells? Without magnesium, muscles can't properly contract or release. This is why low magnesium diets, which refined carb eaters often have, are linked to increased nighttime cramping, fatigue, and twitching. Here's something rarely discussed. Refined carbs reduce nitric oxide availability. Nitric oxide helps dilate blood vessels and keep blood flowing freely. Without it, circulation to the legs becomes sluggish, especially during rest, contributing to that tightened, locked muscle sensation seniors often report at night. Additionally, diets rich in refined carbs correlate with higher levels of interleukin-6, IL-6, and C-reactive protein, CRP, both markers of systemic inflammation. Inflammation not only contributes to arterial stiffness and reduced oxygenation but also triggers the breakdown of muscle tissue, further increasing cramp risk. Let's go deeper. Refined carbs, particularly fructose-laden processed foods, e.g., baked goods with high fructose corn syrup, compete with ATP usage in muscle cells and may reduce mitochondrial efficiency. This means your muscles fatigue faster, struggle to recover, and are more prone to involuntary contractions. And the emotional side? Refined carbs may provide a temporary dopamine spike, making them comforting in the moment. But this also creates a cycle of addiction-like behavior, especially in isolated seniors who eat for emotional soothing rather than nutrition. It's not a lack of discipline, it's a chemical trap. Imagine your muscles are like power cords. Magnesium is the insulation, potassium is the electricity, and B vitamins are the power source. Now imagine refined carbs stripping the cord, draining the battery, and causing the wires to short-circuit. That's what your legs go through when these foods dominate your diet. According to a meta-analysis published in Nutrients, older adults who consumed high refined carb diets were 37% more likely to experience nocturnal leg cramps, even after controlling for hydration and age-related diseases like diabetes. Still unsure if your favorite food is a refined carb? Drop a comment below. We'll gladly help you identify the sneaky sources. If this deeper insight has helped you rethink your daily meals, show your support with a like, and join the Human Tech community by subscribing for more senior-specific health solutions, the kind that actually change lives. Now let's talk about some fruits that are excellent for preventing leg cramps in seniors, thanks to their high content of key electrolytes like potassium, magnesium, and antioxidants. 1. Banana. Bananas are more than just a quick snack. They're a potassium powerhouse, offering about 422 milligrams of potassium per medium-sized fruit, which covers roughly 12% of the daily recommended intake for adults. Why is this crucial? Potassium works alongside sodium to regulate fluid balance, nerve signals, and muscle contractions. In seniors, muscle fibers become more sensitive due to age-related nerve decline, and without enough potassium, cramps can strike suddenly and intensely, especially at night. Bananas also contain vitamin B6, which helps convert food into energy that muscles need to relax properly. Next up is a citrus favorite, oranges. 2. Orange. Not only are they hydrating, with over 85% water content, but they're also a natural source of magnesium, potassium, and vitamin C. Together, these nutrients support muscle recovery, protect cells from oxidative stress, and help prevent inflammatory pathways that worsen cramp pain. One orange provides around 237 milligrams of potassium, which supports blood pressure and oxygen flow, critical in keeping lower limbs nourished. Additionally, oranges can help balance pH levels in the body, reducing the acid buildup in muscles that contributes to spasm-like sensations. 3. Kiwi. Now, let's move to a small but mighty fruit, kiwi. Often underestimated, kiwi delivers around 215 milligrams of potassium per fruit and also supplies magnesium and antioxidants like vitamin E and polyphenol. This unique mix helps reduce oxidative stress in aging muscle tissues, improves microcirculation, and supports faster muscle recovery after mild strain. Studies have shown that people who consume kiwi regularly experience 20 to 25% better muscle relaxation markers, especially important for seniors dealing with nighttime leg tightness. Have you ever experienced sudden leg cramps even though you're eating healthy? Could your fruit intake be missing something? If you've got questions or experiences with these natural cramp fighters, don't hesitate to share them. Your story might help someone else. At Human Tech, we explore not just what hurts, but what heals. Leg cramps in seniors aren't just random, they're often triggered by what we eat, from alcohol and refined carbs to hidden dangers like excess salt, dairy, and processed meats. These 6 culprits can silently cause painful spasms, but relief is possible with smart swaps like eating bananas, oranges, and kiwi, plus lifestyle changes like hydration, gentle stretching, and watching electrolytes. You can protect your legs and sleep peacefully. Small daily choices truly add up over time. If this helps you better understand your body, take it forward with awareness and care. Thanks for watching. Stay strong, stay healthy,